Welcome to the Chainsword Diaries. Today's episode of the Chainsword Diaries is brought to you by the fine folks at Zolk. Zolk.ca will provide you with your complete tabletop gaming needs. If you have an empty table you hate playing on Planet Cue Ball, hit up the people at Zolk for some easy-to-build, great-looking terrain to take your gaming to the next level. If you need terrain, hit up the folks at Zolk.ca. So today I am coming back after a long break. We've taken a little bit of time off to kind of pursue some different avenues, but we're coming back to record on a more regular basis, get you some more of the 40K information and idiocy that you love from us. I've got with me today the people's hero.
Yo.
And as always, we've got G.
It's such a lackluster intro. G.
One letter.
Yeah. No, I mean, I like that. Because you can put anything in, front or after.
Yeah, he's the OG, the true G.
Yeah. I'm here. Hello. Long time.
Yeah. Been a long time.
You gotta change that.
I shouldn't have left you
without your, like I said,
without a dope beat to step to. Come on, guys.
Oh.
Come on, guys.
Sorry, my whiteness just overtook me. I haven't had enough caffeine to feel the street yet.
Step two. Timberland.
It's a little bit after my time. I'm more Wu-Tang. You know me.
So
yes.
We're back. Now we're officially back.
We are back.
We do know you. We look at you like, definitely Wu-Tang.
Yeah,
definitely.
There is one rap group to describe
That's
that.
right.
Wu-Tang.
Describe a 40-something overweight white guy
with glasses.
With glasses.
Wu-Tang.
Wu-Tang. Wu-Tang is for the children.
Ain't nothing to fuck.
All right, so now that we've got you caught up on your, welcome back to the Hip Hop Podcast, the Chainsword Diaries. Yeah. Keep taking us to the streets. All right, so 40K, what we've got going on, we've got a couple new developments in our world recently. Both G and I have jumped onto a professional 40K team. The Enclave. So that was a kind of new experience, and G is taking it to the next level. He went out to LVO. So let's jump right into the deep end, man.
Ooh, all right. So
no kiddie pools, right?
Yeah. Right. All right. So I technically didn't play 40K at the LVO though. I played Blood Bowl.
Which team did you use?
I used the Orcs.
Ooh.
Orcs, but I used my prophecy, my Saints. So I'll talk about that for a second, even though you guys do not care about Blood Bowl. I lost 2 games to the best player in Utah and the best player in Colorado, TOs. Like, they all knew each other. It was definitely like a good old boys club, you know? Yeah. They had their official NAV shirts and stuff like that. And I got tricked by 1 game, or I would have beat that guy. So I finished 18th out of like 45, so not bad.
Yeah, not bad.
Not bad. Yeah, we'll take it.
But the reason I did that was because it was a short tournament, and I could enjoy the rest of the LVO, just hang out and stuff like that. So LVO was a lot of fun. I got to...
Now, this was the first time you went to like a
first
GT,
time.
Any GT, right?
No, not our first GT. We'll talk about Glass City here in a second.
Glass City,
yeah, that's true.
Completely different experience.
Yeah. So it was truly a con. In several ways.
Shout out to Reese. We're not calling out, man. Get your hustle on.
I'm wearing my entry badge there to get into the convention there.
Nice.
It was a good time. The room for 40K was pretty awesome. I put the pictures up on the Facebook group. Mm-hmm. I thought the tables looked great. They looked fantastic. I wasn't playing on them. Some of the people did not enjoy the tables. They were waiting for the magic boxes, but they were scattered, so not everybody.
Magic boxes.
The enclosed terrain.
Enclosed terrain and the new rules that apply to them. That they enforce this year. Everybody built lists ready for those, and like out of the 800 tables, like maybe 15% had those magic boxes. So that was. Go ahead.
Enlighten us with the magic box. Okay. So what is it all?
So the magic box are true enclosed ruins that only infantry can go in and out of.
Uh-huh.
That is it. Mm-hmm. So it protects your unit basically from the shooting phase. If you deploy in the magic box or advance or whatever, they cannot be. You have to even charge by going into the building, because at 1 inch, because you just say you're not against the wall and then you're not within an inch to fight for like your demon prince or something, and nothing can go in there. But if there was a hole in there, then maybe something that could fly can get in there. Or it to me, I hate the term magic box because it's just an enclosed ruin, and like it's always been. Mm-hmm. But they're super enforced it this year that like only infantry keyword can enter these enclosed ruins.
Okay. So it didn't really come up and didn't really determine any overall.
No, people were expecting it though. People like everybody bought indirect fire type things, or they knew that their infantry would be safe, or like Dark Reapers, they can jump in and out of the building and fire and stuff.
So it's still regular ITC ruin or building rules where you can't shoot in, you can't shoot out, kind of a thing, right?
Well, there were some changes.
You can shoot. That's
shoot
huge.
Out.
That's huge.
Your mortar team can shoot out of this thing.
Oh, but like mortars have indirect fire.
Anything with indirect fire can shoot.
Anything with indirect fire. So it's like a Marine tactical squad still can't shoot and can't be shot at.
But like the big thing is the Dark Reapers, you can use a magic power or like
fire and fade.
Fire and fade. They teleport up, shoot, and then teleport back inside the building.
Battle Focus is the old 7th edition. It's a new strat.
It's pretty broken.
You pay a command point. You move during the movement phase, and it's called Fire and Fade. Immediately after the firing phase, you move an additional 7 inches. Mm-hmm. But it is insane.
So that was a big thing, but that
never really came.
That really, I didn't play, but they just the consensus was that there were not enough magic boxes that everybody prepared for throughout.
So people were disappointed by that?
Disappointed by that, yeah. However, like I said, there were 800 players, so 400 tables, and I thought they looked fantastic. Mm. Like they were beautiful. Like the tables, the way the mats, the train, I think it looks great. Mm. So and it looked functional from where I was. I got to meet all the personalities that I wanted to. I got to hang out with the Glacial Geek. We talked Gene Steeler-Cole. Got to meet the Tabletop Tactics guy.
Oh, fantastic.
All those guys. Yeah.
Those are your guys.
That was absolutely who I wanted to. There's nobody. I don't nerd out over any celebrity or nothing. But I was like, I wanted to say hi to Lawrence and let him know that you set the bar. And I'll be there
was Mini Wargaming there too at all?
I don't know.
Quirk was there.
I think Quirk, but Matt and the other Dave, I don't think were there.
Okay.
So that sucked. I did want to meet those guys.
They don't travel west all that often.
They go to Adepticon though, right?
Right. That's about as far west as they go.
No, they've gone to LVO. They were LVO last year, but I would assume that they would be there. But no. But it's also more competitive than anything. So like, neither one of those guys are really. Quirk is the only one that's competitive.
Yeah. Right.
So so then I got to meet the big names in the 40K world. So, but they're not internet celebrities, so I didn't care like who. So like Sean Naden and Nick Navati.
You mean like the competitive?
The competitive guys.
I thought you meant like somebody through like Games Workshop kind of
thing.
Like
he just glossed over
Duncan or whatever.
He just glossed over Meat and Peach. You met Peach while you there.
Peachy came up to because the GW reveal, we were in line. I was like, I'm not gonna miss the GW reveal, so I was like, I'm gonna stand in this line. You guys do whatever you want. So, and he just came by, and then Peachy came by, and like, we just started talking, and I started talking about just the camera setup, and because like whenever I draw for my YouTube channel stuff, where the camera is, and we started talking about that, and I just had a long conversation about it, and I was like, did you paint any of the stuff they're revealing? He was like, oh, are they revealing anything? I was like, okay, we could play that game. That's fine. so I was like, yeah, you painted. He was like, no, what's an email? So it was a lot of fun. But yeah, I got to hang out with him. That was like a half-hour conversation too.
Wow.
That was a good time. Yeah, he just hung out in line and
that's sweet.
Yeah, that was super awesome.
Was Duncan there too?
Duncan was not there.
No,
really?
Duncan doesn't. Duncan has. He did LVO last year, but I think he didn't necessarily.
They sent like 5 people. Like I don't know them other than Peachy by name. I don't know any of those
ADB
guys.
was there, I thought.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
There was a guy, Pete something was there, and then there was
He's Warhammer
Kevin. Yeah, there's a community man. Yeah. There are a lot of personalities there from Games Workshop. Known, but I just don't know him by name.
Sweet.
So other than him. The reveal was sweet. That was a good time. I got singled out to put my camera down. Because I was literally just going to record that entire thing, right? And then they're like, so we're going to post this stuff online right now. If you guys can put your cameras away, let's just make this small, intimate. It's just us, And I was like, you, sir, in the black, because I had all black on with the camera. With the camera, that would be great if you put it down. I put it away. He was like, thank you very much. So that was cool.
So next trip, we're investing in Google Glass.
Yeah. And the reveal's super fun.
Did you hear anything that hasn't been on the internet yet?
So, yeah, because there was a Q&A afterward. What hasn't been on the internet yet is that they are going to re-release new codexes with the new points, rules changes, and somebody specifically asked about the Grey Knights, how they suck right now. And they're like,
don't lie, that was you.
No. I had a different question.
Why are you gonna do Grandpa like that?
Yeah, no, it was definitely
hold me back.
It was a guy in the front row, and he was gonna get his answer. He was gonna get an answer. He was like right up there, like, talk to me about Grey Knights. So, they're gonna release a new codex for them, updated rules, whatever they need it become more competitive. Yeah. So there are new.
Do they think it's gonna be a huge overhaul change, or just mainly points changes, and then maybe switching Super Smite or
it is a brand new. It'll be. That they didn't say, but they will get a new codex. Armies that are missing out will get a 2nd edition codex.
Did they give any other examples other than Grey Knights about which ones are missing out, quote unquote?
No. But they just confirmed that well, I guess he even said Space Marines.
Well, I mean, judging by the new box that's coming out, I feel like you almost have to.
You have to because there's new units.
There's new units, yeah.
Yeah. So but there will be new versions, updated versions of codexes.
Sweet.
That's what he said. So that was cool. That was very cool.
You didn't give a time frame, I'm assuming.
No,
they're very tight on that. It'll be in the future. Not the far future.
Yeah.
No, everything that I've heard is said that we're going to see a new Space Marine Codex before fall hits, as well as the Black Legion. So.
Black Legion solely.
That's what I've heard. Is
not just an undivided Chaos Marines codex?
It is Black Legion, but you can make it whatever.
Oh, sweet! Cool.
He did say that because somebody asked if the new Ninja Primaris and the new Snipers can be anyone, and then I yelled out Death Watch, and he was like, "Yes, they can join whatever." I was like, "Oh." So,
I believe.
Yeah, I was literally like, I'm gonna ask that if nobody asked. So, so they can be whatever they want. So, but it is Black Legion, but there'll be parts for other. But they did not reveal the sprues. They didn't even say everything that's in the box.
Well, I know. Well, they're still trying to.
Yeah, they're still.
I'm sorry. This last teaser we got was solely underwhelming because
it was the fist, right?
No, the last video they put out yesterday, it was all stuff we already knew. It was possessed, the dude, and obliterated. It's in the Venom car. We already knew that. The first one with the Primaris was cool because they had the flying dudes with the big gun. We didn't see that before.
The new Reaver with the giant gun cannon.
The stuff that you didn't see in that new trailer is there's different guns for those chaos options that haven't been in other boxes before.
What do you mean?
They showed a unit with a heavy bolter, which isn't in the base chaos box. You had to.
Are you talking about the Demon Engine reveal things?
Yeah,
I'm talking about the videos.
Oh, okay.
I'm talking about the videos. Yeah, the Demon Engine stuff, fine.
But I'm just talking about the bad guy talking. Right?
Yeah. I'm talking about the video. It's they showed stuff we already knew. After all those Demon Engines, there's definitely possessed. You already showed the Obliterators. You already showed the Venom Crawler and the Master of Possessions guys.
I'm really Master of the Possessed.
I thought it was Master of Possessions.
I thought it was Master of the Possessed.
I think Possession.
Yeah, I think it is.
Because I think and they alluded to it that he can. I think he has the power to convert a Marine right there. Chaos.
That is dope.
That is
He makes it easier, and then the spider thing helps with summoning, but he wouldn't say how it helps.
Yeah, and that new gun that everybody's talking about from the Demon Engine is the exact same shape as the Bale Flamer on the old
Dragon and the
on the Helldrake kit.
Oh yeah. That thing looks like it fits on
there's
top.
no Helldrakes coming, guys.
Yeah,
no. I know there's not new Helldrakes. I'm just saying if you're putting the Bale Flamer on something that has enough guns to be a viable model, I am stoked because I miss my Bale Flamer. Old habits die hard, man.
that was cool. The reveal was a bunch of stuff, the Shade Spire and all that, but we were all there for 40K.
Hell yeah.
We were all there for 40K. So I can't say all because I heard like Age of Sigmar had a big showing too.
And those Age of Sigmar models were dope.
Yeah,
I gotta say.
Which ones were those?
The Corn,
new Corn, and then the new Tree People, Sylvaneth.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they were super, super slick.
And then the fact that they're getting a book and endless spells is cool.
Almost makes me want to redo, going back to our favorite game, G, almost makes me want to redo my Blood Bowl team with those new Sylvaneth models.
It is Master of Possessions.
Yeah, Possessions.
Yeah,
I believe,
it failed chaos.
Lore-wise,
I know.
I think that's how they're going to get away with true scale Marines.
I was
because he's literally sucking Marines into his.
I really want. I can't believe they still haven't got into like Chaos Primaris. I want that. So
well,
I think so. I think you're right, but I really like to see like the actual, because like you think about when they launched 8th, they had the graphic where it has the half Intercessor helmet and then the other half is still an Intercessor helmet, but it's all like demonized Death Guard. That means I'm waiting for like Chaos Primaris. I think it would be so dope for the story. You know what I mean?
I think it's coming.
I would like to see. In all honesty, I don't know that I necessarily want to have exactly Primaris, but I'd like to see the Possessed become a response to the thing. So when a Primaris Marine comes over, they actually automatically become Possessed. And I'd like GW, if we could just have a moment, bring things down a bit. If you could make Possessed not suck. I've been waiting since 5th edition to use these damn models because they are the sickest. They're melee, but they're crap melee because for the first 3 editions that I played in, everything was random and you couldn't figure anything out on how to use them. Are they going to be strength 6 when I roll into that tank? Or are they going to be strength 2 when I roll into that tank?
They still have that rule right now.
They still have an adapted version of that rule, and they're only 1 wound.
They need to be 2.
They don't necessarily...
Tech Marines are 1 wound.
But Tech Marines aren't an assault or a unit. They don't
That
have the
company
ability...
are 1 wound.
They don't have the ability to...
But they have jump packs.
They don't.
Can take.
Yeah.
Possessed have jump packs. Possessed
don't get
fly.
jump packs.
They have wings.
No, they don't. They can't fly.
They have the model has
everything
wings, but
that
they don't
you think
fly.
Possessed should do, they don't.
So I'm sorry they suck.
Yeah,
but
I would just like them to not suck because those models have been sick and they got even sicker.
Yeah,
they got new rules are coming. They said a lot of new rules are coming.
Because think about it in Dawn of War. They Possessed, like the first Dawn of War, Possessed were incredibly good.
Yeah.
And like they had the dudes
through things.
And they had the fucking flamers come to the mouth. They need to bring that shit back. Yeah. Like that was
probably coming back.
Just spitting fire.
The other thing that they said that isn't on the internet is that there are new psychic powers for both Chaos and Space Marine.
I was about to say the Space Marine psychic powers are trash.
They're pretty bad.
They are so boring. They are so stupid. Mm-hmm. Thank you. And also, like now that like they have the ninja librarian as they call him, and like they're like he's all about stealth and stuff. They gotta have negs to hit and stuff. They got to, like they got to.
Yeah, but he did say that there are new spells or new magic powers are coming, so that's kind of cool.
I wonder if seeing the popularity of the
okay.
So I wonder if looking at what's been going on with Age of Sigmar, if they're going to go ahead and bring those permanent spells into 40K, because that's some crazy, crazy stuff.
It is.
Dabbling in Age of Sigmar a little bit last year and kind of messing with the permanence of that, being able to just summon cover in front of yourself and make everything behind it a neg 1 to hit as long as you have 1 unit within an inch of it, that's crazy.
I think that's coming.
You think so?
It's such a.
I feel like they need to really separate Sigmar and 40K. Like, because I feel like now there's a lot of crossover between them. Like, the way things are constructed and things like that. Mm-hmm. And I felt like, when 8th edition launched, 40K kind of, when 7th became 8th, 40K kind of absorbed a few Age of Sigmar things, Mm-hmm. So,
I don't know. I think it's coming.
I think it's coming too. I think that endless spells, it's just a logical.
It allows them to sell more stuff.
Yep, exactly.
That's when exactly you put it that way.
Yeah, company-wise, they have to do
it. When you go back to, when you think about, and giving just some scope to ideas of what's happened in the past, so the way that summoning used to work in 6th and 7th edition is you could summon out of a pit, a hole in the ground, and you could actually put that on the ground. And it was just like a disc that was about the size of the small template. Mm-hmm. And you just put it in place.
That's right.
And that was something that you could model. And that's where summoning came out of. Uh-huh. But I could foresee definitely something like that, where you're summoning a circle and all of a sudden demons can pour out of that circle.
That would be pretty sweet.
It would be dope to see.
I can see some broken things. I can see... Eldar needs to get shit endless spells.
Yes, absolutely. But unfortunately,
but their regular spells need to be really dope.
So
No, that makes sense.
Yeah, they're already really good.
Yeah,
really
I know.
Broken.
Yeah.
Well,
now, they have to be the master psychers, though. They have to be the best psychers.
Fuck that. What about Tzeentch?
Okay, Tzeentch and Eldar have to be the best psychers.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. They that in the story, the Vigilus story, this book, that unit this box set Shadow Spear, they're dead already.
Yeah, they're already dead.
They're already dead. So the only survivor is the ninja dude.
The ninja librarian.
The ninja librarian. So
coming to you on Saturday morning.
Yeah, I believe
ninja librarian.
That's what they have a cartoon.
They have a cartoon coming. That's what it's coming. So, it's Ninja Librarian.
Ninja Librarian.
40K Ninja Librarian. Chaos, are you sending me a challenge? Yeah.
Kids fighting chaos is a difficult task. That's why I eat my breakfast every morning.
Space Marine O's.
Yeah, ooh. Yeah.
Emperor O's.
Yeah, Emperor
O's. That's good.
The Emperor protects with extra vitamin B.
Be ready to face chaos any day of the week. So he's the only survivor. So I believe that box, that's how they're going to introduce Primaris bad guys, is because they all got possessed his entire story.
I am excited for it. I'm excited for...
Pretty awesome.
I mean, you know me. I'm excited for some conflict in this new Primaris stuff. It's all like hunky-dory, it seems, to me at least. So...
Yeah, I agree. And the whole idea of... The whole idea of what Gilliman's been doing is kind of contrary to what the Emperor originally envisioned. Yeah. So you would think that it should
bite him in the butt.
Yeah, I'd like to see some backfire happen.
Well,
like you said,
and like the way that Primaris are made through, Call used all of the legions, not just the loyal ones. Right. So I want to see how if that develops into anything too. I feel like there's a lot of ways we can not just influence the lore, but make the game.
We can't skip over everybody's favorite punching bag, Abaddon.
He is coming.
He is coming.
I know he's a punching bag, but the dude's actually pretty good on the table.
And his rules are terrible on the table.
No, his rules are average. His rules are average.
When he gets into combat, though, like he's got
him getting into combat isn't the power that makes him quasi-playable. Right. The thing that makes him quasi-playable is huge blobs of cultists being fearless.
And doesn't he give command points too?
Yes, he does.
He might.
Yeah, he does. He gives 2 command points.
But he'll have new rules.
He better.
And I'm excited. I will pick that model up. I'll probably never play him, but I think it's going to be a sweet ass model.
Yeah.
He looks like he is Gilliman size. Looks like.
Oh, finally.
Because him standing on that Space Marine with the reveal, like we talked about the size during the Q&A scale wise, and like a lot of the times they just reskin sprues. Just production and we're like, all right, so that's Gilliman with his arms different, pose different, but the fact that it's one leg up on something like that, that's definitely. So we think he's going to be that big. So it's going to be pretty awesome.
I'm really excited.
Are you going to be in on this, man?
I am so down. I have been kicking back and forth because this is my version of the Primaris. I've had the same Chaos Marines for going on 12 years now.
But you play shitty Noise Marines and stuff. And you play. None of this is Slanesh.
You're right. None of it's Slanesh. But I'm still going to pick up base Marines and definitely.
No. I just want you to convert to Black Legion. Like get out of the Slanesh. Get out of that train. Get off that.
Like Rick Astley. I'm never going to give it up.
Man, we've had Wu-Tang references, we've had Timbaland references, and now we can say we've had Rick Astley references.
Yeah. Bringing you back to the music podcast, the Chainsword Diaries. All the best that's coming to the charts this week. Hey,
you should do a quick Rick roll.
Yeah, I already did. The Never Give You Up.
Saying, the podcast.
Just,
jump to that.
Just bring it in.
I'm excited for you as a Chaos player. Like all mine, I'm going to convert into Death Guard in some capacity. Right.
Do you think they'll be able to allow Possessed into Death
Guard? I
guess did they ask?
They'll be green or whatever. Like they can be anybody. They can be anything. Like they'll just be Heretic Astartes Chaos, and then they'll be.
Well, I'm saying, did they ask those type of questions? Obviously, they asked the question about Primaris, but did the people ask at LVO?
Yep.
Like, okay, so they can all be into all the.
You can bring them into. They'll just be Chaos, undivided, but
okay.
Praise the God of Nurgle.
Well, Thousand Sons straight up can take Possessed.
So they already can.
If it's in your codex, you can take it. If not, you have to use the.
You have to ally it.
So that's all I'm doing with mine. So, because I really want to play that spider thing, so I want to help my summon. I think it's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Plus, it has.
So you're gonna jump into demons hardcore then with summoning.
Well, my new list that I'm rocking has summoning in it.
Okay.
I have 100.
Like Plague Bearers or something?
I have 150 points, so I can bring a giant chaos spawn, 20 Plague Bearers, 20 Pink Horrors. I've had two Exalted Flamers. I've got a variety of things I can bring for 150.
Giant chaos.
Plus,
spawn.
they still have to deal with Mortarion and like his friends.
Giant Chaos Spawn and Mortarion, that is such a win.
It's happening.
It's happening.
It's going to happen. That's to one of you guys listening. It's happening.
Can't say I told you so.
In all honesty, that is... I've toyed around with the Death Guard list that I played at Glass City, which was more demon... Well, equal demons and Death Guard that I played at Glass City. I have to say, for being the middle of the road guy,
let's talk about that.
I went 3-2 at Glass City. I represented.
So I remember our first podcast, and you said you came in last at the
dead last
at the Bay Area Open. Look how far you've come.
I know.
She's like, you just grew up so fast.
Look at where we started. Now we're here.
He's learning.
No. I
He's
think
remembering his psychic phases.
Yeah. Although
and the Eldar, one of the best psychic armies,
can't roll a charge. So he plays an army that doesn't have to charge.
Yeah.
That's actually how you play the game.
Yeah, just get rid of it.
I
can't do it. I'm gonna remove it.
Don't do it.
Yeah. No. Yeah. It's really, really good. And I played really well. I played a couple games. Got to play a couple of games with some of the guys from Purge the Alien, and I ended up with my first and last game being against one of the guys from Purge the Alien.
Me too. My last game
was, and we ended up hanging out with them at Glass City. Great guys. Can't wait to see them when they come down for the Trip C. They've already committed to joining us for that, and
excellent.
Yeah, Glass City was a good time.
Good time.
I think it was. There are a lot of feel bads, but we don't have to get into that stuff. The thing you have to know about Glass City is that it's right before the LVO. So these are LVO caliber players playing the list that they're going to take the LVO. So you have to bring a good list. This isn't something you bring something fun to.
No.
Well, I think a lot of tournaments you travel to, I mean, it's tough to bring fun stuff. I mean, you could bring stuff just to have a good time.
Just if you're looking to win, like if you're doing you want a place or something, you have to bring a good army because there's like 3 tournaments before the LVO and everyone's testing and rocking. It's not like one of these locals that are like, let's play Tau. I don't know what I'm doing with them. There's none of that kind of stuff.
Well, even at Legions, we saw a lot of fluffy armies.
That was definitely an easier, a lot more fluff. That was more fun. It didn't, there wasn't a big tournament prior or anything like that. Right. But that was a blast, actually.
Pittsburgh was a fantastic road trip, and we have.
We'll be back to that one.
Yeah, we'll definitely be going back to visit Lewis and the team out there.
Yeah, they do like quarterly tournaments or something like that.
Right. So, yeah, we're gonna drag Jeff along, kicking and screaming to play the tournament.
You definitely should come out. Yeah, those are a blast. The house that we stayed in was amazing. The Airbnb was awesome.
So great. In case you guys haven't found on Facebook, we have some compromising pictures of G that we'll put up on. We'll put up on.
The room was themed, like super themed. So I was
better than your 40K army.
Yeah. I was in the Tiger Jungle Lion room, and I put on this leopard robe. Like it was themed, like everything.
The John Wayne room in the basement that had its own bathroom had a shotgun plunger. That is the level of theme.
It's so crazy.
So crazy.
So, but that was an awesome house.
Shout out to the Airbnb in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, random house. Yeah.
It made me want to go back to Pittsburgh, and that's everything you need to know about that Airbnb.
Yeah, I definitely want to book that one every time. And there was a ton of space for everybody, too.
Mm-hmm. And breakfast.
Yep. So the tournament was good. Breakfast, yep. The tournament was awesome. What else have we been doing?
Put on a couple locals that have gone well.
Local stuff. Yeah.
We've had a couple local players do pretty well in tournaments. We had out of the Cleveland 40K area, we had Josh Death showing up 9th overall at LVO. Yeah. Also a member of our pro team, the Enclave.
8th. That is wrong, actually.
Okay.
The fact that he's 9th. Yeah, it's kind of weird
because it went off of the last day. They stopped counting points as of. Really, the way that the LVO works is it goes from being a 2-day tournament into an invitational. It feeds into an invitational off of a 2-day tournament. There are 8 slots available for the very last day. And then the top 8 players from usually the amount of players will result in 8 undefeated players, and therefore those players get to play off. However, this time there were 9 undefeated players. And so they had around 6.5.
Yeah. So the way Frontline, and this is they may not change it. They in their latest podcast they talk about that they were firm on this. If you go undefeated, you're automatically gonna go to the next day. But if there's ever more than 8 undefeated players, there's a ghost round, and 1 through 4 are locked in, but 8 through 12 have to play it out to make the last 4. So it's kind of cool. It was being there. I was hanging out by that table, waiting for Josh to win.
Waiting for him to win.
That's you know what? It looked it on the table, and the army, the demon army. I don't want to give away any of the secrets of how I played it, but the demon army is designed to take advantage of the last turn with ground control and stuff. So he just wins. So it was everybody was celebrating, and they were it was awesome because he was getting high fives and hugs and congrats and stuff like that. That he went undefeated. But then there was like you bastard, we have to stay here another 4 hours for this closed session extra ghost round. So the judges were not happy. One of the judges hugged him and was like, "I hate you," and then he walked. But it was Pablo immediately ran over and was like, "Oh my God, I can't believe you did it! It's crazy."
Pablo's my boy. Shout out to Golden Nipples and Pablo.
Yeah. So then what they did was they immediately cleared the room. Everybody had to leave. The LV, everyone. It was literally 3 judges and the players that were playing. Everyone. It was closed session, closed round, and they probably started at 9 p.m. because it was over at 8. Then it took a while to clear everybody, get their armies, whatever, and then everybody was out. No one was allowed to watch. Nobody was It was radio silence because we're driving back and forth from the Airbnb back to the Bally's Hotel. So we're like, "Hey man, when is it gonna end? We'll pick you up." Blah blah blah. Nothing. Radio silence. So they weren't allowed to text. They weren't allowed to do anything. They just had to play. So it's kind of cool, this
This was the play-in to get in.
This was to get in, yeah. 1 through 4, even 1 through 4 had to leave. So it was literally just those players battling it out. And Josh had to play against newer guy as far as his competitive scene, but he played against a list that I would play. It's like Gilliman, 3 Predators, and 2 Primaris.
Shout out to that dude for going.
Absolutely, one of those repulsors.
Yeah,
it was crazy.
Shout out to that dude for playing that all the way.
I know,
because that is not a list that should have made it.
So that was what he played against, and like
first GT for that guy.
Yeah, first GT.
That's crazy.
First GT. Yep. But he is playing against Josh Death, who helped me run my Gilliman Primaris. So he knew that already. He was like, all right. So it was pretty easy. He just locked everything up in combat, and those things can shoot. So, but it was very strange that like it had to do that, and it was literally because of Josh Death being the 9th undefeated, and it was crazy. The energy was sweet because everybody was excited, congratulating him, but like dread because like. We have to play a 4th round this evening. We want to go enjoy Vegas. Thank you. I was
watching it on Facebook with shout out to Pablo for taking care of that.
He was the only one. He was allowed to, but he couldn't do any all he can do was that Facebook phone, but like can't talk about the game. It was kind of covert. It was kind of cool, but like
it felt like underground 40K. It was 40K Fight Club.
Yeah, 40K Fight Club.
It was amazing. It was amazing.
Yeah.
And I can tell you, back home watching it, like I was sitting online watching it, and we were like Minnick and I were,
you guys were
chatting back and forth and doing analysis every time they'd cut over to Josh's table. Oh, he's like 6 inches away from getting that locked. That's all he needs, and this game's over. And then Pablo's phone runs out of juice. Like halfway through the thing, he's like, I got to go away for 45 minutes. We're like, what's going on?
That was it. So that locked it down. I didn't stream any of it.
Yeah, so we were up till like 1 o'clock watching it online.
Yeah.
It was amazing. It was so much fun.
Yeah. We got the text like, I won. Please pick me up. So and then we drive back to the hotel and like we went and got dinner for him because we all stay together. So we literally just got back. I was like, "What happened?" And he was like, "I just want to eat and go to bed." That was the longest day of my life, So that was it was awesome. But it was that was new. That was something I've never seen before at any game or anything like that.
No, it's crazy. And Josh is not the only shout out locally. Sam Dayton also finished 3rd overall in ITC for Space Wolves. So shout out to our man Sam, also on the team.
Yep.
This year, I'm telling you people, Enclave is coming.
Yep. Yogi.
Secretary Sam.
Okay, last thing before we go. We are, there's a campaign coming, right?
Yes,
we've been talking about campaigns with the Vigilus stuff.
Yes.
But there's another campaign looming.
Yes, and it'll be dropping here shortly. Me and a couple local players, we've designed this from the ground up. It's going to be... we try to keep it pretty open, so I don't want to pin down like actually any lore implications or things like that. We wanted to keep it open so that people can kind of drop in, drop out, because the reason we want that is because this is going to go on for a while, at least, I would say at least 6 months. We're going to do a really long campaign, really grind out. I will say I am the fluffy section of this cohort here on the podcast, so I really want to do something that hasn't been done at least recently, and I really want to go deep into it. So I'm going to have, I've locked down a way to report scoring, and by scoring, I mean it's not really a competitive thing, just to like keep track of everybody so you can, track your progression of, your army and your characters.
Are you locked into one army when you decide to play in this thing?
Yeah, you don't, I mean, you as a player can switch armies, but you'll have different progressions for like, you know what I mean? Like, if you have 2 armies, like, I got my Tau and I got my Mechanicus, like they'll each have their own progression. Like, okay, Mechanicus played 5 games and they've done this so far, and like Tau played 3 games and has done this so far. And
I'm hoping to play Deathwatch.
Okay, sweet, yeah.
The thing is, though, every time I go to play Deathwatch, the other Deathwatch players bring in.
I don't want to play. That's the thing. Like, I always want, because I think in our local group, like our community, I feel like there is a bit of a what's the term? Shortage of Xenos players. Like, I feel it's heavily Chaos, heavily Imperium. I mean, mostly Imperium. Because I feel like almost everybody except like Matt has an Imperium army.
Damn straight. Never have, never will.
Don't say never.
Yeah, don't say never.
Don't say never. We saw you with the gallant. We saw you. Yeah.
Chaos version. Chaos version.
No.
It's gonna have spikes. I'm gonna put a mask on that thing. I got some inspiration for a Slaneshi night last night. Gonna motorize it.
So you know
we definitely need some more Xenos
because like it's like when you have the Death Watch, it's like man, I just want to play a Xenos player. I got all these rules and stuff, and like
the one Xenos that we're really heavy on are Tyranids like this. You know,
there's a couple Orcs players.
Yeah,
who've come back. They just gotta come up and
you gotta get them reliably. Yeah. Well, the other thing though too is they have other armies and they play their other armies too. So it's like we gotta get them to play Orcs reliably.
Yeah. I will commit then to playing in the campaign. I will play my Eldar in the campaign.
There we go.
I will stretch out, and I've been playing them a lot recently, and shooting a lot of things in the face and having some fun with that, as opposed to just dropping my tree in the middle of the table and saying everything moves forward. I don't need. If I forget something, don't worry. Just point it forward; it'll go.
There's a few kinks I want to work out, obviously, but should be launched mid-March, early March, mid-March. So.
Well, maybe that is what we'll do with that podcast. The next one maybe we'll talk about the Enclave and see how far you've got this fleshed out. Yeah. Maybe bring whoever else is with you doing it. Yeah. That'll be cool. That'll be a good time.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So, is that it?
Yeah, I think we're good. I think that brings you back up to speed with the world of the Chainsword Diaries and what we've got going on. Look to hear from us fairly soon. We're going to try and get this a little more regular, get this out there.
Yep, get more regular. And I like, you guys tell us. I like this casual conversation format.
Oh, yeah.
We can still go over news and stuff, but still just make random rap jokes and references to other pop culture things.
In there.
Yeah.
This is where you come. You're part of this. That's what it all comes down to. Where you may have 40K experts, but we're your 40K friends.
We're definitely not the experts. We're just hopefully you're laughing while you're painting your motto and you fuck up. That's all I want.
Yeah.
The joke.
If your eyes point different direction and it's our fault, and we see that at a tournament, let us know. That is all on us.
Marine is the
This is.
We want to know about it.
This is when Matt said that he followed Wu-Tang. He's got a blue face now. Braveheart Marines. But
yellow teeth, gold teeth on my grill on my Space Marine. That's what we want to say.
This is my Captain Old Dirty Bastard.
I was just about to say Captain ODB.
Everybody goes to ODB every time. Method Man is my favorite.
Yeah, Meth is up and away.
I was gonna say Ghostface. I don't know, man.
He definitely isn't as talented as Meth.
No,
he's not as talented, but I don't know.
Meth's bars.
Which one's my favorite?
Favorite. Yeah, that's nothing to do. Yeah. So and then Raekwon's second because he's gibberish.
Yeah,
it's just random.
Well, and some of the the references he has in his rap, it's like, what? Where? Why would you?
Yeah. It's like I was like, oh man, even street. I was like, hey, what is this?
I gotta look this up.
And I was yeah. So those, but Method Man for sure is always my favorite. I got to meet him one time. Got to smoke a blunt with him. Oh shit! I don't know if I should say that.
We've already said fuck. There's no ads coming in.
This was a long time ago. He came to Cleveland at a local record store. My friend and I went. And this is when we were tagging and doing graffiti. And after the signing, he was like, "Whoever has the biggest blunt, I'm hanging out with you the rest of the night." I did not have it. I just happened to be with the guy who did have it. Yes. So I got to hang out with him. So it was kind of cool.
That's sweet.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's some squad goals. I think I'm automatically, from being my suburban dad look, I would just get kicked out of the room immediately. He would not know.
Yeah.
He would not. He would know.
Wouldn't even approach you about it. Yeah. You're not the guy.
Never mind the fact that I've been banging. That's why I've been banging around in my replacement car in forever now. My bass is insane.
He would actually ask you to pull the car out. That's
fine.
Pull the car around.
If I have to be the limo driver while you get stoned in the back, that is perfectly fine in my world.
That's okay. Yeah.
I was in a 5-block radius with Method Man once. That's about it. That's it.
Yeah, I didn't even have to hit the blunt. It was just the contact was enough. So that was it. So yeah, that ends ends
Once
our
again,
rap portion.
Our hip hop, bringing you the world of hip hop.
Start with it, we end with it.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, guys, we will see you next week.
Jeff, take us out, man.
I roll one, so you don't have to.